the Dallas Cowboys rookie minicamp because it did commence this weekend, and we got a chance to see Caleb Downs on the field. Not with a star on his helmet, but at least in a Cowboys practice jersey for the very first time. Malachi Lawrence, the defensive end, the edge rusher out of UCF. And we start to see a little bit of what they're going to do, what the Cowboys rookie class is going to look like, and how the Cowboys are going to utilize some of these pieces. And, I think Caleb Downs is the obvious place to begin just because of what he needs to mean to this defense.
Right.
But at least at the outset, we expected him to impress, and I think he did.
Yeah, and from what we've heard, he's giving them exactly what they expected, what we expected. He's very focused, laser-focused, serious. It's Cowboys rookie camp, and everything that we've heard is that he's just kind of been going about his business. And you'd expect that from an 11th overall pick who's kind of come up. I think his grandpa military background, so kind of comes from that ilk. But they need him to be the guy, because when you trade up and give up assets to go get this player, you need him to perform. 11th overall pick, that's high capital. Mm-hmm. And, at least the only thing that, we question about him is he's wearing number 18.
That's not going to last.
It's not going to last. Looks insane. Actually, it might become a collector's item if you can get your hands on a number 18 Caleb Downs jersey. But
like a Michael Jordan number 12.
Yeah, right.
Or a 45.
Can you explain it to me like I'm 5? Tell me about the numbers.
Okay.
He's like, fine, I'll stay.
So when they go to rookie camp, they just issue numbers. And it's based on, I guess, what they have available. The Cowboys have a number 2 on the roster. It's Durant.
Kobe Durant.
The guy
that they traded for. So we'll see if
he's
that
been in the
actually,
league for a little bit. But Caleb Downs wore number 2 throughout college. It's been his number. I think he wore it in high school too. I wonder how much of his rookie signing bonus is going to have to cover the expense of transitioning from 18 to 2.
Because there are usually transactions between players if someone wants a number.
Is it as heated as the stuff we saw from the draft yesterday where they're on the phone like, I'll trade you.
We need a behind the scenes of a player doing a number swap, because I wonder, like, do they pay it in Bitcoin? Is it a cash transaction? Is it like, I'll buy you a smoothie? I'll buy your lunch? What is it? Because a lot of these guys, their numbers are important to them.
It's part of their identity.
It is. It's very much a part of their identity. Could you imagine somebody coming in trying to take Dak's number 4? Like that would not fly. And so,
was he always number 4? Like, I guess I don't.
No, he was 15 in college.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe
and
it's
some guys,
because I'm not into all of this, but like I don't get the importance of the numbers.
It's a very sports thing.
It also used to be positional based, like wide receivers and quarterbacks were 1 through a little bit before 20, so 1 through 19.
That's why all the 88s have all had the same.
But that's also part of it, right? Like there's memories involved with numbers. Someone has, I tried to do a package on this down in San Antonio back when I worked there, but you getting different stories on like, hey, this was my dad's number in college, or hey, something happened to me when I was at this age and I want to continue that. There's so many different personal reasons for it, and whenever. Granted, some of this is nice because the NFL has broadened the scope of what the players are allowed to pick. Because for so long it was so regimented. Yeah, for a while linebackers were in that 40 to 50 range and they were locked into it. And then a couple of years back, what was it, like right after the pandemic, sometime right around then?
In that ballpark,
because I remember Zeke changed from 21 to 15, and there were certain elements of some of it is availability, some of it is what they want, and that's kind of the fun of it. It's just finding their identity through the number.
My curiosity is satiated, so back to business.
Well, but it's a fascinating topic because it is going to be something that Downs and Durant are going to have to sort out, or Downs is going to have to find something else to
or a new number until Kobe Durant's not on the roster anymore.
Well, but then do you want to change it or not? Or are you now identified?
Exactly.
Like, it was weird when Trayvon Diggs changed from 27 to 7. And eventually you got used to seeing him with the 7 on, but it took a minute.
I'm still not used
to see Zeke in a 15.
Yeah, I'm still not used to single digits on a lot of these guys, especially linemen or linebackers when they go for that.
Oh, yeah.
It is a little jarring, right? Because we're so used to like the numbers being physically imposing as part of the jersey, right? Like if you see a guy wearing 90, you're not expecting a kicker to wear a number 92. So
that would be electric. Actually, I think there are kickers that wear 90.
Some do,
Yeah.
and they've got big legs, but usually because they also played some time as backup linebacker, and they need the leg strength.
Who should have the better claim on number 2 between Downs and Durant?
You
We're talking about a first-round pick.
Yeah, come on.
A very highly touted first-round pick, but we're also talking about a guy that's a 4-year NFL player that's at least made plays in this league.
The Cowboys gave up the capital to go get Downs. If Downs was really a true businessman, he would walk into Stephen Jones or Jerry Jones's office and be like, "I'm not playing a down for you until you pay off Kobe Durant to give me number 2 back."
I don't know about that.
Like Kobe Durant didn't wear 2 with the Rams. So, like, is that a bit of a random choice for him?
Hey, good for Kobe Durant. That's a great investment. You just got number 2
True.
assigned,
I
and
was
now
gonna
you're
say-
going to make some good cash.
He had some inside knowledge. That was part of this, right?
Oh,
Like he knew where they were
genius.
going.
He's like, give me number 2. If we're drafting Caleb Downs, I'm going to get some good money on that.
And that's probably part of this equation, too, is does it mean anything to Kobe Durant or not? Sometimes
Right.
they don't. A lot of guys, their number does mean something. But if he was willing to flip from 14 to 2 coming to Dallas, maybe it doesn't mean as much to him, and he's willing to say, whatever, I'll pick, I'll pick up 27 or whatever.
This
I'm
isn't-
just saying, we never
ahead.
have this happen in hockey and in baseball.
Well, that's not totally true.
was saying?
You can't wear 99 anywhere. J.J. Watt had an appearance a while back where he wore 99 because that was his jersey in the NFL.
Yeah.
And every hockey fan dogged him because 99 is retired sacred across every hockey surface known to mankind because of Wayne Gretzky. And it's like, JJ's like, first of all, not only did I not know that, but B, it was my number in the NFL. So numbers are sacred. 42 in baseball. It's kind of the
that's
same
a,
thing.
That's a different
99's
thing.
got to be hitting a really good batting average across the 4 sports. Wayne
Sure. Judge now for the Yankees, too.
Gretzky, Judge, J.J. Watt. It's a strong trio. Hall
but-
of Fame trio.
If
Now
you-
that I've completely derailed this conversation,
No,
from what
this
you guys
is good.
were trying to
This
talk
is
about.
good conversation. This is
This
good.
is the ultimate Dallas sports show. We're allowed to talk about whatever we want.
Because, like, but Kobe Durant asked, or however the two situation shakes out, this is not like the USC kid coming in and asking Matt Leinart, "Can I wear your number?" Like that.
Right.
This is a very different circumstance. in
Hey,
that
Reggie,
regard.
let me get number 5, bro.
I don't know how that one would
You know
turn
what?
out.
Good for Matt Leinart to take that stance on it because, to his point, you're going to be here for a year,
Right.
And then dip out in the transfer portal and go somewhere else. No,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah.
It's not built that same way. I do love when really elite linebackers have a low number. Like I love Agent Zero for DeMarvion Overshown.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
wish
pull.
he didn't get hurt all the time because when he plays well, you see him everywhere. And with that 0, it's just really cool.
And
to
thankfully,
see.
the Cowboys allowed him to wear it, which
yes,
was the part
and
of
that
it.
and that was a big thing for the Cowboys to
I
let
don't know,
him
man.
wear. it.
Rowdy had to retire that number. Like it was more important for
Oh, my-
Rowdy to wear 0. No.
No.
Wait, the mascot?
the mascot was
Yes,
00,
yes,
and they
that
were
was literally
protecting
why.
I'm not entertaining this. I do.
Mike.
I do
That
love.
was literally why, Kelly.
That was the reason. We're not making that up.
I
Do
love.
you want to come join the blanket over here?
Go ahead.
I'm just telling you that was actually the reason. That's not made up.
That's true. I love the 55 on Jay Sean Barham.
Yeah.
That's a true linebacker number, and it tells you a little bit of what you need to know about his
Yes.
position, perhaps, when the Cowboys season gets going. He was working with the inside linebackers at rookie camp. This is a guy that we thought might be more of an edge guy, probably still could.
Right.
But working with the inside linebackers was notable to me, and, edge guys sometimes are in the 92, 94, but rocking a true linebacker number maybe gives you a hint of what his role will be. Then again, Rashawn Gary was 52.
52. He took over Clay Matthews' number at Green Bay.
Yeah.
So, but
And he's more of an edge. So,
but that's
And he's going to wear 7.
right.
here.
But that was part of where Clay was concerned. Clay was an outside rusher, but had to move into inside linebacker territory for a middle part of his career. So just because guys have speed on the outside doesn't mean they aren't capable of being difference makers on the
just a
inside.
number.
It is
Just like age.
And to a certain extent, linebacker as a position is becoming a little bit more positionless. You either rush or you stay back, and they want that kind of versatility. Because if you're looking at the defensive side and thinking, "Hey, Jay Sean's out there, is he just going to stand pat in coverage, or is he going to drop?" You have to honor both sides of that.
Yeah.
But that's part of the fun of it. It's like, based on what we're seeing, he could play a Mike role, which, if we're looking at not this Mike, but a Mike linebacker role, and it was
We
right
knew
there. It was right there.
he was right there. Andrew, are you just looking at things in the room and saying their names?
Jonah.
I love Lamb.
Basketball.
I love Mike.
TV.
Camera,
Kelly.
microphone.
But the point being of saying that is, when we're looking at these rookies and how they're developing, you want to give them a little bit of an overload, similar to what Cooper Flagg went through. You want to give them information off the top that they can adapt to. And if he's entering as a Mike linebacker, he might understand the defense better when he's given a chance, not necessarily to lead it, but to find his role in it. And that's important too.
The other thing I thought that was really fascinating from this past weekend, and because you mentioned the number 94, Wanye Thomas's tweet about the number 94 and the fact that that was Marshawn Nealon's number. He tweeted out when he saw it, I'm not sure candidly who it was that they assigned to 94 during the course of rookie minicamp, but he sent a tweet out saying that, basically saying, calling foul, saying that shouldn't happen. Wait until his contract at least has expired before you give that number to somebody else. I get it. It's rookie minicamp. You're kind of low on numbers anyway. You've got to just kind of give jerseys out to guys so that they get out there on the field and practice. But I thought that was interesting the way that he took up for Nealon and said, just find any other jersey number to give to one of these guys.
Right. But I mean, that's kind of part and parcel with how the Cowboys have treated numbers. Like, a lot of teams do retire them. Cowboys haven't. And I think there's some joy or some interest level in carrying on a legacy where that's concerned. Whoever will wear 94 will have to adapt to that, but that was DeMarcus Ware's number, right? So there is a legacy associated
Charles
with
Haley
that.
before that,
exactly. There's a legacy involved with these numbers and how they live up to them.
Yeah, you don't get a story about the 88s if you retire 88.
Right.
Yeah, can you imagine if Drew Pearson was the only 88 ever in Cowboys history and Michael Irvin wore 83 or something? It'd be very
That
strange.
does feel weird, doesn't it?
It just feels so off.
Speaking of 88s, did you see what CD wrote over the course of the weekend?
I did see that. I thought that was very cool.
So Michael Irvin has a podcast. Then again, who doesn't? Welcome to the Ultimate Dallas Sports Show. Michael Irvin on his podcast.
Sir, we're a streaming show.
Are you just
That's right.
Are you just saying things that exist now? Is that what's going on?
That's right. So on Michael Irvin's podcast, he was talking about how C.D. Lamb, when he was drafted, called Michael Irvin, was asking him about 88 and wasn't sure if he wanted it, and Irvin was telling him that it comes with a lot of pressure and there's more on it than just a number, right? Because of what you have to live up to. And Irvin said that CD has delivered. Now, in terms of the NFL hierarchy of receivers, CD's in the top 5. He's certainly a star receiver in the NFL and room for growth, which makes you believe that certainly he's living up to it. But Lamb replied to it saying, "Just being honest, I haven't done anything yet. Grateful always. Appreciate you, Mike, for sharing. I need more. No greed, just hunger." Which I thought was a neat for CD. He didn't have to chime in on there. He could have just let that go into the content wasteland. But he felt need to say that I am wearing it. I wear it proudly, but I still have more to accomplish, and he does. So I thought that was neat and notable from over the course of the weekend for the Cowboys 88.
He certainly has more to accomplish, but to say that he hasn't done anything yet is also patently false.
Yeah,
We're talking
that's
about
true.
a guy who's already 6th on the Cowboys' all-time receiving yardage list. He's done quite a bit during the course of his NFL career. He's got a ton of time still left to add to it. He's only played 6 seasons worth of time in the NFL, but he's put up huge numbers over the course of that span, and there's probably at least another 5 years worth of runway for him to add to that list. And he's already well beyond halfway to Jason Witten's Cowboys franchise record for receiving yards. So there's potential for a lot still in front of
Yeah,
him.
and
We're talking the 88 legacy, though. The last guy to wear it had a similar start to his career. Dynamic playmaker, lots of yardage. Didn't win. I think that's the main part of this.
Didn't win, also got hurt, and
Sure.
at least somewhat flamed out is maybe too strong a phrasing, but he
Right.
fell off. Once he had the Jones fracture, I think that was the 2015 season. After that, he wasn't able to quite be the same guy anymore. We're talking about Des Bryant.
Right. But they've seen a career with an 88 that showed promise, had a lot of talent, but didn't translate to team success. And that's ultimately what CD's talking about. It's like Irvin put 3 on the table, Pearson put 2 on, the last 2 have not put any. That's where we are right now.
Yeah. Dez's career legacy could look a lot different if that catching Green Bay gets ruled correctly.
There is still 5 minutes left in that game. I do want to remind people of
you
that.
Packers.
fan.
Homer.
I have a rookie
Pearson
camp.
did just have one. He wasn't there for the first
Oh,
one.
my apologies. I give him too much credit.
I have a rookie camp question for the three of you to pose to the three of you. Leading into rookie camp, we talked a lot on the show about how, like, have you ever seen Cowboys fans as excited as they were after drafting Caleb Downs? Now that we've seen a couple of days, are you guys still excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, rookie camp is very much just part of, I don't know how to put it. It's like part of the off-season program where you're not reading too deep into it because you don't really see all that much. Really, you don't see a whole lot of what these rookies truly look like until you get to mandatory minicamp.
Right.
When, like, the majority of the roster's there, you seeing how they go up against the starters and veterans. But even then, minicamp is like guys are not still going full 100%. It's really
You're
like
still in shorts and t-shirts.
yeah. I mean,
It's-
this whole thing it's a bit of a show until you get to training camp.
it's mental reps.
Correct. And then training camp is where you truly get to see, all right, how do these guys go when they put the pads on at training camp?
Yes.
Is I think the moment where it's like, okay, you see if a guy's a dude. Because that's when you're going more close to full speed. Guys are playing for jobs. There's a lot more on the line. So you are seeing it, I guess, more in real time versus just stuff versus air, drills. There's only so much you can take away from that.
Yeah,
Except
unless he says something that would be deemed a negative or whatever. I don't think there's going to be any reason between now and the point you're talking about where they're throwing the pads on at training camp that you wouldn't still be excited about him and about his potential and about everything that he can do, because we've seen it on the field at an extremely high level, not just in terms of his play, but in terms of the competition in the Big Ten, in the SEC, balling out in huge games until we see him on the field opposite CeeDee Lamb in the slot and he's playing nickel corner. We see them going heads up in one-on-one drills that they do during, like, those will be the moments where, all right, let's see what this kid's really got. Until we get to that point, I don't know that there's going to be any hard data point to work off of.
Whether he says it or the coach says it, but hearing Schottenheimer say he is exactly who we thought he was.
Yes.
That is a heck of an endorsement, not just for the Denny Green reference, but I mean, seriously, like, but
and we let him off the hook.
He banged the table again. Are we
Big time stuff.